Welcome to another cartoon workshop. We're going to do something a little bit fun today, a little bit different. Here's something we've drawn already. I know you're familiar with this character, with the O's and the U's and everything I'm always going on about. So it's a character I've done before. It doesn't have to be a fish that you draw. It can be one of the funny faces, the sheep. Any of the things we've drawn you can use on this. Just draw the thing you're most comfortable drawing, even if it's one of your own characters that you've drawn before I even started showing you how to draw cartoons. Now this type of paper doesn't matter, it's just because it's quite thin and I need thin paper for this, but your normal A4 will do it, or drawing paper, whatever you're using will be absolutely fine. Just use whatever you've got. So I'm going to draw again just one of my fish with the usual techniques that I use, but keep it really simple. Keep it as basic as you can. We've had some great work being shown by everybody. Pops for a sheep, crazy looking sheep, and Jacob's been doing some crazy stuff on everything we've been covering. Absolutely brilliant. So if you want to put those characters onto this, I'm working on one side of the page, but I'm keeping it really simple. We've had Lexi, who's been doing some great fish. She wants me to draw some turtles and crabs, which I'm going to do a little workshop on that soon. But she's done some outstanding stuff, and I'm a bit jealous actually, because I think her fish are better than mine. But don't tell her if you see her. So I'm just putting the fins in now. But don't do any shading. Just keep it nice and simple. We're keeping the absolute basic shape for whatever you decide to draw. Even if it's one of the people standing up, we can use it for this. This fish is looking miserable, but he won't be in a minute, because it's going to be something, a bit of a transformation you can do with your cartoons. A little something different you can do with your cartoons. Now you're starting to get comfortable drawing. So instead of showing you something different every time, I'm just showing you something that we've drawn before. Just take your time. Again, one side of the page. Keep it really basic. Nice strong outlines. Don't need all the twirly bits on the top. Don't need all the dots. Don't need anything other than just the shape. So now we've got the shape. It's over one side of the page. Leave this blank. You don't need anything here, because what I'm going to do now is get another sheet of paper, just blank paper. If it's A4, whatever you're using, just similar size. Pop it on top, and if you've got any tape, ordinary sellotape will do, or double-sided tape, even Pritt stick, anything you can, just to fix these things together. Just at one end, the end that you're leaving pretty blank. You've not drawn on this end, so the free end is where your cartoon is. The fixed end is where your cartoon isn't. That's it. So just fold it over. Any sort of tape will do. Just fix it at one end. And that's it. Okay. Now, obviously we can't see our cartoon now. It's obscured by this paper. So we need to do something, which is where my first clue was. Never matter about these holes. Doesn't matter about these. As long as it's fixed. What we're going to do now is stick it against a window. That's all you need. Hold it against the window, or if you've got a little bit more tape without damaging it, just stick it up so it's easier to work on. Can be a bit tricky, but now you can see your cartoon through the paper. That's it. And what we're going to do now, we're going to trace it. That's why we did a simple shape, so you've not got lots and lots of lines and shading and goodness knows what to try and trace. You've only got the basic shape, but what you're going to do is just change it very slightly, like the eyelids. Not so much the body, but the eyes and the mouth, or the position of the eyeballs. See, I'm giving that smiley face. It doesn't look miserable anymore. The body shape's going to stay the same. It's important that a lot of things stay the same and only little things change. Don't try and change the whole thing to start with, because what we're creating is an animation, like the cartoons you watch on the TV. Everything is just a slightly changed drawing of the drawing before it, which is what we're doing now. So I've changed the shape of the fin a little bit. I'm going to make the tail Similar at the top, but the bottom part is going to lift a little bit. So you've got basically the same cartoon, just with very, very slight alterations. And doing it against the window, drawing it against the window, is a very good way of doing this, because you can see the cartoon underneath. So away from the window, that's what we've got. But if I pull this page back, you can see the eyes opening and closing a little bit, and the mouth smiling a bit, the fins are flapping slightly. It's all action. The fish has come to life a little bit right before your eyes, which is quite amazing really. If you roll as best you can, doesn't have to be really neat. If you can roll it back like this, just the top page, keep the bottom page flat and roll your top page back. And if you can find yourself a pencil, like one of my very expensive 24 for £1.49 pencils, which I like to use, you can slide your pencil in and just roll it really quickly like this. I bet you're going to make loads of these. All the different things we've drawn can be turned into an animated cartoon. So it's up to you. Anything that we've drawn so far, you can make a sheep just move his eyes around. You can make the people with the bodies wave their arms about, just wave their arms up and down. Anything that we've drawn can be animated just by doing this simple thing. And if you've got a window that you can press the paper against and see what you're doing, that'd be great. So anybody who wants to join in our cartoon workshop, subscribe to us and be part of the cartoon workshops, and I look forward to seeing your great work.